Hey, long intro. So here are my overall thoughts on the Gotham Mips helmet. After a year and a half of use, this is definitely one of the better helmets out there in terms of keeping your noggin safe, which is the whole reason I bought it. I think I would definitely buy this again if I had to go back in time with the knowledge that I have now. Cons, it is a big, bulky helmet. This lip right here does obstruct my view a bit at times. For me, at least, it was kind of expensive. What works for me may not work for you. So all I can really do here is share my experiences, and my experience with this helmet has been a positive one. Now that we got that out of the way, let's dive into the rest of the video. I had just woken up and wanted to talk about this helmet here, so enjoy. Welcome to the video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Gotham Mips helmet here by 888, and I'm going to let you know if it's worth getting or not. So first thing I'll let you know is I'm an inline skater. I do dabble in skateboarding every now and then just for fun. I don't own a scooter, but if I did, I'd probably ride it. And yeah, that's enough about me. Let's get into the helmet. So this helmet I bought for, I think like $115, $120, something like that. I did have a discount code that I got just by emailing 888 and asking for one. And yeah, my first thoughts when I put this thing on is, goddamn, this thing's bulky, because it is super bulky. It's a big helmet. In fact, if you go on Amazon and look up reviews, the top critical review you'll see is somebody saying that the first time they put this thing on, their friends immediately started calling them Star Wars helmet spoof kid. What that means exactly, I'm not sure, but I definitely agree this thing is bulky, and I personally felt like a motorcycle cop. You know, they wear the aviators, they have the giant bike helmet. That's what I felt like. Or a bobblehead, either one. But does it actually work? Does it do what it's supposed to do? And in my opinion, it absolutely does. This is probably one of the best engineered helmets out there, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of research went into making this as good as it can get. It has Mips built into it, which is just this moving part inside. So whenever you fall and you hit your head, the inside will move. That way it's not your head moving, if that makes sense. I did also see a comment saying if you're on the larger side of medium, go ahead and get the large, because the medium was a tight fit. And speaking of fit, in my opinion, somebody did ask in the comments if this helmet is true to size, and I feel like it is. I got the large. I was on the larger side of the large, but when I put it on, it actually sits nice, and I mean, it's not loose, but it has a little bit of wiggle room. And then I tighten this down, and it just nice and snug. Now, does this thing come apart? Great question. I'm glad you asked. I've only had this come loose on me one time. It was after I actually fell and hit my head. It came loose, but the good news is the helmet did not come off. This just came loose. Not a big deal. But there were more than one review on Amazon, not a ton, but there's more than one, so it's worth mentioning, saying that this completely popped off. One reviewer included a photo, and they said it did not take long for it to pop off at all. So kind of concerning, considering this helmet is as expensive as it is. And by the way, you can find this on Amazon now for a little bit cheaper than what I paid. I will link that in the description below. And just full disclosure, if you click that link and make any purchases, I do get a cut, a very small cut, but it does help. So other thoughts, randomness. This lip right here, like it's very small, but it does kind of get in the way a little bit. Like, not in the way, but it obstructs your view just enough. Like, whenever I'm looking out, I can't really see anything above my head unless I actually look up. And the other thing is with sunglasses, whenever I put on my sunglasses, this helmet just like sits right down on it, and they're snug in place. They're hard to take off or even put back on, which is good and bad. It's good because my sunglasses aren't going to fall off, but it's also bad because there's just a tiny bit of pressure and it's kind of annoying, but it's not a deal breaker, that's for sure. So what are my overall thoughts of this helmet? I think it's an excellent helmet. I think it's probably the best helmet in terms of the research that went into it, and the protection that it provides, and just the technology behind it. I think it's one of the best helmets out there. It is super bulky, which I'm not a fan of, so I probably will get a different helmet to test out eventually, just because I don't want anything to deter me from wanting to wear a helmet. So if a helmet is big and bulky, that's not a great feeling. It also just doesn't look great, and there's already a lot of people who don't like wearing a helmet just because it looks goofy as it is. So if you don't want to look like a bobblehead, probably avoid this helmet. Get something a little bit smaller. And to 888's credit, they do make smaller helmets. I'm just the one that picked the most giant one because I wanted to try it out. I thought it looked cool, and it does look cool when it's not on my head. Do you? If you want to get it, I wouldn't deter you from getting it, but just know that you're not going to look super cool. Anyways, this has just been a test run. I don't know if I'm actually going to post it or not, but if I do, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. And if I don't, then this is going to be super awkward watching this later while I'm editing it.